We are live. This is the market update. This is the Bitcoin Pizza Day market update. I am your host, Bill Noble. So Bitcoin's at 110K, and we're all going to stop to eat pizza to memorialize a guy who was the first person to really use Bitcoin, but he used it to buy a pizza. And now the fact that he loses more and more money every year because he sold Bitcoin is now a holiday. I mean, it's like, we need to buy this guy pizza and then we need to thank him, right? We need to publicly thank him for using Bitcoin. Now, speaking of Bitcoin, why is everyone buying it? We have two questions in this market, which we're going to answer today. One, why is Bitcoin going up? I think everyone's got the wrong answer, and it's not Bitcoin Pizza Day. Two, why are altcoins down? Overall, why aren't they moving? Why is no one doing the AI trade? Why is, Google coming out with this new thing where a giraffe, you can make a picture of a giraffe on a bicycle in Manhattan, but we're not trading AI. Why? No one knows the answers to these questions. The good news is I do. And I'm going to share all that with you, so don't go anywhere. Okay, we have Alexandra representing Switzerland proudly. Good morning. DH, Tyler, Roby, what's up? Okay, can we expect a pullback soon? You know what, dude? No. Because ETH is moving, and we'll discuss that. Okay, we have Ben here from Down Under. Crypto Scam 1, Shelly, what's up? Blown Ideas, Bill, the man of truth. Sir, I appreciate that. We have been on this move, on it. Good morning, Meta 7, hello, Tooth, Mitchell. Please tell me to sell my XRP. The wait is killing me. Dude, this is not investment advice. Don't let the price action in XRP wear you out. They did the same thing to you at 55 cents. For real. People in XRP had to watch Solana 10x. But then XRP went up 400%. The guy from Berkshire Hathaway said it perfectly. The money is not made in the buying and the selling. The money is made in the waiting. Stefan, Victor, and Warmon is here. This may have a fireside chat feel to it. Longtime viewers might remember that. Okay, so Bitcoin. I had the press calling me about this late last night. And I'm like, okay. The press is just discovering Bitcoin. So the premium zone in Bitcoin, the top of it is roughly 114. I'm kind of noticing that this premium zone is expanding higher. Interesting. I've never seen that before. And of course, the big boy is awake. ETH. Now, here's what people don't get. Nobody in stocks cares whether or not you could trade meme coins on ETH. No one cares. Absolutely no one. They don't care. Vitalik has recovered the narrative by saying we're going to change a little bit, and that's all that's required. Because guess what? When these characters from equities discover that regular stocks are caught in this bond market debacle, and the Ethereum ETF is down, is cheap. It has not performed. People waking up today goes, okay, well, what are we going to do? Okay, Bitcoin's up. All right, well, that's nice. What are we going to do? Oh, well, look at this thing, Ethereum. Oh, look, it's crypto. Really? Oh, yeah, it's big. It's just like Ethereum. Bitcoin is gold and Ethereum is silver. Oh, okay, let's buy some of that. You have that going on at scale. Retail, everyone's like, oh, okay, I got to get rid of my NVIDIA. The bond market's blowing up. Waiting to see these legacy headlines. But I started with this. because this is like up only. There's nowhere to go but up. They got the 200-day moving average underneath them, and Fidelity and Schwab coming for the ETF. Forget about it. It's going up. That's my opinion. Look at this. Even Cardano right into Lux Algo support. Look at all that yellow. It's like, oh, that's like the guy twirling the pizza around. They're like the pizza is the bottom. Why are we all selling? I don't know. I don't know. Oh my God, look at this. Stop it. Stop it, Mike. $2.1 billion worth of a new thing. Right? Because everything in legacy is trash. So I'm going to give you something good. Wall Street makes a ton of money doing this. Insurance companies and pension funds are like, yeah. What is it? Yas? Is it the kids say today? I'll buy $2 billion at the high. I mean, if he thinks it's going to 13 million or whatever, it's like, I'll take $1 billion, $2 billion. What's $1 billion between friends? Meanwhile, back at the altcoin ranch, check this out. Others. I don't know who showed me this. God bless you, man. Others. Total crypto market cap outside the top 10. So take the top 10 out. Take XRP, Cardano, all the top Bitcoin, ETH, all that stuff out. Web3 is worth $200 billion. $280 billion for the internet, finance, AI, anything else? Medical? What, memes? What are we doing here? $200 billion for crypto? Are you crazy? Where do you see this legacy nuke? It's just like a big mushroom cloud. And they're just starting to figure out, this crypto thing is outperforming. Like they decouple from equities and now they're decoupling from bonds. Now that can't go on forever, but we just started. Like I said, I know that this may sound repetitive. It may. However, my name is Buck, and I don't, because sometimes when you got a message, you got to stay on the message, even if you're repetitive. Because you know what? Mr. Market is going my way. It is. What is Bitcoin Pizza Day? Don't celebrate failure. Don't. Eat the pizza and say a prayer for the poor guy, who lost out on whatever. You probably would have sold it all at $100 anyway. I know a guy, one of the smartest altcoin guys ever. He sold ETH he bought it at 8 and sold it at 32 or something like that. Guys, sell. Okay. Here's CZ. I like this. Breaking from the Eagle King. Feel sorry for those who sold at 77K. Remember to look at a yearly chart instead of a 1-minute chart once in a while. What do I say? You tune in to hear me say it. You know you do. At 77K, it was radioactive. I couldn't touch it. But at 111K, it's much, much more attractive. Markets, crazy banana pants. Look at this. I've never seen flows into BTC coming in so smooth. It's like institutions are dollar cost averaging with their billions. Yeah. It's like program trading. It's like every day, it's a computer program every day, right? And then Wall Street figures out a way to execute them at like the average price of the day. So it's like, okay, the computer is running. Here's your Bitcoin. The computer is running every day. Every day. Meanwhile, retail is absent, right? Like, is this the Wikipedia thing? Oh, yeah, look at this. Wikipedia. Searches for Bitcoin are low, yet Bitcoin is pushing all-time highs. The disconnect signals retail is on the sidelines, which can be typical of early bull market phases. Everyone may be bullish, but they're not long. And of course, there's the famous phrase, if you're not long, you're short. They're short. Legacy is short MicroStrategy. Retail is not participating in the crypto rally. And everyone is talking about selling. Like, I got a guy here who's frustrated in XRP. I totally get it. But every once in a while, it's like, okay, let's do this. Is crypto a bubble? Is it? No, it's not. Because no one is searching for it. No one thinks it's a new paradigm. Everyone wants to know when they should sell. There are articles about selling. People, it's a bubble when you have people going, it's a new paradigm. It's never going down in our lifetime. We don't even have anybody looking for Wikipedia yet. So what is this, like American baseball? It's like first inning. Or I don't know. Maybe if you're maybe if you're in Switzerland, I don't know. It's like morning coffee, like little coffee, French pastry, maybe Swiss German pastry. What? Early morning, just in 11,000 Bitcoin. How you doing? Fidelity purchases 220 Bitcoin worth $23 million. I don't know if it's true. I read in the Financial Times that the Fidelity has actually been mining Bitcoin since 2015. At some point, I have to find Perplexity, see if they can find this article. I understood they took it in their lunchroom a while back. Janice McAfee, the wife of John McAfee, is headed for the Bitcoin conference. Now, I wonder what would happen if this otherwise boring speaker line winds up having, like they put Janice on the stage on the fly. Now, I've interviewed Janice before, and I can tell you right now that if the world hears what she has to say about crypto, about privacy, that could shake the earth. It could, right? And I don't mind telling you, enjoy your pizza, homie. Remember who got you here. The guy suffered, like the pizza guy. He suffered. This guy, holy cow. Like, it's a good day in Bitcoin to be grateful. It is. It's almost like Bitcoin Thanksgiving with pizza, except ironically, we make fun of the founding father, the guy who bought the pizza. I don't know. We're all distracted by the wrong thing. Solana flips Bitcoin as the #1 trending coin on CoinGecko. Yet Solana doesn't move. Everybody looking, nobody putting. Everybody shopping, nobody buying. They're thinking about Solana. By the time they get done, by the time they do Solana, it'll be at 300. The German government to sell 50,000 Bitcoin at 54K cost them $2.8 billion in missed profits. Why did the German government sell Bitcoin? Probably because somebody at a central bank or somebody, a not nice actor from, I don't know, our country, called them up and said, stop, take your Bitcoin and stop this thing. Try to put the brakes on it for whatever reason. And use the money for defense spending against an enemy they've had for 80 years. You got to start looking at these things and going, what's that really about? And then after you get done, you know what you're going to say? I should buy more Bitcoin. Or I should buy Solana. Or I should buy artificial super intelligence token. Like, what's this all about? Oh, okay. No matter what your answer is, it comes back to buy Bitcoin. It really does. Crypto.com gets a license. They're going to love Crypto.com over there. Can't post anything on Facebook, and they're giving Crypto.com a license for derivatives. Go Crypto.com. Freedom, baby. Okay, China opens whoosh Gold will be back at all-time high in 5 days. Somebody is short gold. I think it's Jamie Dimon. I think he has a major problem. We'll look at Doomberg in a minute. Gold and Bitcoin should be moving together. Everyone's like, oh, well, yeah, Bitcoin and gold. Nah, stop it. It's the same trade. It's the dollar devaluation trade. What's the only way out of a debt crisis, class? To devalue the currency. They can't do it versus other fiat currencies, so they got to do it versus gold, and they got to do it versus Bitcoin, ETH, Solana, XRP, all down the line. Tom Lee says Bitcoin is going to 1.5 million. I love these guys with these targets. By the way, God bless this guy. 2018, Bitcoin was cascading lower. Bitcoin went to 10K. Then it went to 8K. Then it sat at 6K. And then at Thanksgiving, it went to 3K. It went to 3K in 6 weeks off a debacle with Bitcoin miners. And you know what this guy did? He got on TV every single week. They said, Tom, are you going to lower your price target for Bitcoin? He had a price target of 15,000. And every time Bitcoin would get nuked, they would bring him back on TV and said, Tom, are you changing your end year forecast to, are you changing it? He's like, no. Now, Bitcoin went to 3,000 and people temporarily stopped taking it seriously until in 2019, it turned around and went to 13K. Boom. Right? He wasn't wrong. He was early. He was just early. I mean, that down move was so bearish that even my boss, who basically invented the Bitcoin retirement story and was an early pioneer in trading and got in trouble for it, which is ridiculous. Even he was like, you know what? I don't think we can tell the media Bill's Bitcoin target is 10K. We'll tell him 7. That's when it was like 3K. Like, okay, that's reasonable. That's how bad it was. But this guy, he didn't change anything. Now, of course, he did that to get attention. It's genius, right? The best way to get attention is to be wrong. But it's safer to talk about 1.5 million than it is to talk about 150. Like I said this at 80K. Like, why isn't anyone talking about 115 or 120? Too scary. Okay, so the latest from Skynet. Every day this comes out, some new AI thing. I had an associate, got on one of these things. She watched the podcast and built a relationship app and a website in 3 hours. Why aren't we trading this in crypto again? Like, this is not genius. You do not need to join a crypto research firm to know that Render, artificial superintelligence token, and Tau could go up a lot. They're not doing this for NVIDIA. FIFA signs a partnership with Avalanche. Huh? Really? You mean we're going to need more than one layer one? You mean there's like, I don't know, there's like 2, 3 small cap, 6 mid cap, 3 or 4 big cap? You mean we're going to need more than one layer one? I didn't think we need any layer ones. ETH is dead. Avalanche, we don't need that. They have a security token functionality, and look, they're doing soccer. The soccer. And it's good they're doing soccer. I'm glad. But wait until BlackRock comes in. BlackRock's morning meeting, they're like, look at the soccer guys that use an Avalanche. Do we have a strategy paper anywhere about that? Using Avalanche? Wait, just all it takes is one announcement. That's all it takes. Orange Man's family, World Liberty, acquires Build On, price source 250%. Okay. So I'm wondering when people are going to figure out that this is like, you pay us and we'll buy your coin in our portfolio. It's okay. It's like a family business, like a different kind of family. You know what I'm saying? Just take a look at it. Seriously. Okay. Now that I got all the positive crypto stuff out of the way, let's look at let's get off the elevator, right? Let's take the elevator down from the penthouse to the basement where our friends in Legacy, seriously, are figuring out how to deal with a sinking ship. So here we are, morning press from Bloomberg. Okay. Notice Trump tax bill passes, but we're going to run a picture of the orange man showing his turkey neck and his hair gray. So, the bill passed, but I don't know. Let's make him look like Joe Biden by having some guy. I don't know what was the guy on like a cart. Were they rolling him underneath the president, or did you have a midget photographer? How did they get that shot? Meanwhile, I mean, this is legacy. Okay. So we have Jamie Dimon that says it's a disaster. The Fed is right to hold interest rates. Yeah. That's because if they lower interest rates, gold is going to go up harder, and he is short gold. More succinctly, there are people that have physical gold and people who have paper saying they have physical gold, and there isn't enough physical to fill all these orders. And I know that's complicated, but you don't have to worry about it because people with paper, if they all take delivery at once, it's not there. And who's in the middle? Who's responsible for the default? Ultimately, banks, big banks. Jamie's got a vault. They won't custody crypto. You know why? Because somebody will go in the gold vault and it's empty. So Jamie thinks the interest rate on the 10-year note which is currently at 4%, is going to go to 7% because you're going to have a government bond problem and it's all going to collapse. And you know what? He would love that because massively higher interest rates do what? They crush gold. So here's this guy talking his book. And then over here, we have a geopolitical event. Huh? Really? So instead of something big, because no one's going to buy something big again, they're doing small stuff. It's like, we want a conflict. So I don't know. Let's do stuff like this. So we can get on Bloomberg and get everyone upset. And then, and we go, okay, have fun with this. Have fun with it. We're not doing it anymore. We're just not. We're not listening to crusty old guys who think the world is coming to an end. Now, there may be a huge disturbance coming, but we're not trading that right now. Matter of fact, we're looking to trade, and even if it goes up, people are asking, when's a dip? You may not like it when there's a dip because there may be a bond market problem and everything might go down, including crypto. So I don't want to make fun of these guys. I don't want to dismiss them, but look at the headlines. Look at what they're feeding us. This is what they're trying to get us to buy. We're not buying this. We're going to buy Bitcoin. Everything that comes out of Bloomberg's mouth, it's like, oh my God, I got to buy Bitcoin. Here we go. The terrifying implications from today's dismal Treasury auction. Okay, so what's a Treasury auction? Okay, well, this is how the market works, right? We spend more than we take in. So in order to get the money to spend, we issue IOUs or bonds. How do the IOUs appear in the world? Well, Wall Street, the government goes to Wall Street, and part of their job, they have huge units that take the Treasury debt, get customers' bids, and they take some of it down, and then the government looks at the numbers and hits everybody. Boom, here's your bonds, and I'll take the money. Now, what happens? Okay, remember what we talked about earlier? About, I don't know, creating a crisis on purpose, Germany selling gold, the ECB coming out, Germany selling Bitcoin, ECB coming out and saying there's a problem with gold. Why would you do that? Treasury auctions, borderline failing. Why would you want that to happen? The Fed printed money for 15 years and they're going to let government bond auctions fail? Really? Huh? Is that political? Sure it is. They could do all this stuff and not have anything go on. Not a hitch. Oh yeah, we'll take some of that. They've been doing it for years. But now, all of a sudden, they stopped doing it. Okay, so the Japanese government bond market is unglued. Unglued. It's a disaster. right? Our Japan rates desks think that skyrocketing Japanese yields are due to deterioration in the supply-demand balance becoming more visible, including the shift in life insurance companies' demand and blah, 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 which is not going away anytime soon. So the Japanese banks and insurance companies, literally, who bought their debt for zero interest rates for like since the 90s, they basically took the bonds, got nothing for them, but they just took the bonds as a patriotic thing. We'll help our government because our government's in trouble. Well, guess what? Now they're getting destroyed. All those bond portfolios are getting wrecked. So the insurance company's like, guys, you know what? Sorry, we can't do this anymore. Lovely how Legacy has mismanaged everything. So what are you going to do? You're going to sell the dollar and buy what? The currency of a country whose bond market is collapsing? Or what about the ECB? What about the euro? You guys trying to start a crisis in the gold market? I mean, I started off in the Swiss franc. Give me the Swiss franc. Give me the Swiss franc, gold, and Bitcoin. Because they're just blowing themselves up on purpose. Most likely, again, maybe not their market, but our bond market, if it blows up, it's because the Fed let it happen. I don't understand why nobody thinks the Fed is political, and I don't understand why no one thinks that whatever the orange man's agenda is, every single entity, corporations, governments, bad guys, everywhere, all over the world are trying to stop what he's doing. You don't have to like him. But look, this pushback, this is preventable. But they're not preventing it. So if they're not preventing it, they must want it to happen. And if they want it to happen, then we should buy Bitcoin. We should buy Bitcoin. And we should buy all of crypto, which is why crypto is up. And just in case we're not having enough fun in Legacy, the path to 2075, Goldman counters demographic time bomb narrative with positive spin. Okay? So the negativity in Legacy is so extreme that Goldman's research department, which, if I remember correctly, has marching orders to find a way to figure out what is everyone else saying, and we're going to say something completely different. We're going to be the only people saying X. So our job as research is to find X, which is the opposite of what everyone else is saying. So there's so much doom and gloom. A positive report about global population gets a headline. That's how much doom and gloom there is. Okay. Let's go with Willie. Now go back and run through your Bitcoin slides again. I won't do it. But this is why every day just buy every day. And then the rest of crypto has to go with it. Because the only way out of a debt crisis is to devalue the currency. And guess what? ETH is a currency. You can pay in Solana. XRP is definitely a currency. I mean, stop the presses. XRP should be worth $1 trillion. Bitcoin should be worth more than Microsoft. The top 5 cryptos could all be worth over $1 trillion. Like if there was a new Magnificent 7 in crypto, the other Magnificent 7, they were all over $1 trillion. Some of them were over like 2 or 3. There's a reason why we can't do that, right? I just don't know what it is. Maybe I'm stupid. I just don't know what it is. Now let's go to TA. I don't know, folks. What do you want to talk about? Let's talk about stuff that people laugh about, like degen, social tokens. Getting tired of Web 2 yet? Getting tired of that? Boom. It's going to go through the 200-day moving average. And when it does, you're going to get this. Like when they got this, all the bag holders sold. And what happens is when all the bag holders sell, and when they stop selling and every bag holder is out, who's there to sell to the new buyers? Answer, nobody. 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 Like, look at what happened to Elon. I mean, I don't know if this is related. Maybe I'm going too far about social media, about it needing to be decentralized. Look what happened to Elon. He had Twitter. He had the whole world in his hand, literally, wearing his MAGA cap, screaming at the Secretary of State. I mean, he owned the planet. It was scary. And then they started scratching up cars, and he was done. Done. I think the whole platform might be done because his voice is not there anymore driving it. Now, that's probably a stretch, but why can't we do this without these characters? Why can't we do this without these scary guys? I know we talked about this yesterday. You realize Avalanche is not above the 200-day moving average yet? You got a head and shoulders bottom here. It's like warm up. And you're going to tell yourself, oh, I can't buy it up 8%. Actually, you can. You can. You know, you got to watch out. You got to watch out for with AI is Grayscale. Grayscale has an AI crypto ETF, of which I think Near is a big holding. And what's really funny about quant signals, right? Like, it's not just the humans that are screwed up here. It's the computers, too. Like, here's Near. Market goes down. Lux Algo puts in a conviction sell signal. The 4 is a high conviction sell signal. Because, you know, like I said, when they hit it, this last round, they just hit it hard. They hit this thing, everyone was gone. YouTube videos, customers, crypto winter articles. Remember how I told you to print that thing out and tack it up on your wall? Remember with the Bitcoin conference, right? Bitcoin was at 77K. I said, get a ticket to this conference because there's no reason to get a ticket to this conference. And people thought I was out of my mind. Now that could be the biggest party in finance. That could be the biggest party in the history of finance. Like Bitcoin Miami after cough, cold, and flu, when they finally opened up the world. And the world brought the cough, cold, and flu to Miami, but we didn't care. We didn't care. It's the biggest party in the history of crypto. This Bitcoin Vegas thing, I don't know, man. Michael Saylor's going to go up there with his phone and be like, watch this. 2 billion. Boop. Or call his market maker on stage. Grayscale, by the way, going back to this, has a Bitcoin. It has an ETF or an ETN, like a stock market product, for AI. And this is a perfect little rounding bottom. And this is artificial superintelligence token, right? Naturally, because, you know, they have to get everybody. This is just how it works. Trading desks, machines, whatever. They blow through the bottom of this. They make it hard for people to like it. They make it hard for me to talk about it. Everyone's looking at me. I'm going, this is BS. They're like, Bill, it's breaking down. I was like, I know it's BS because the operative formation here is this formation. But look what happens. They climb back into this. They broke out of the bottom. So you know what they're going to do? They're going to break out of the top. They're going to go like this. See it. It's like an accumulation cone. I mean, are we saying that this? I mean, if you zoom out on these altcoins, I don't understand why fear greed for Bitcoin was at like 95 at Thanksgiving, but now no one's interested, and Bitcoin fear greed is like 75. I'm sure it's much higher today, but it wasn't 2 days ago. It wasn't. Now, we covered this yesterday, but we're going to cover it again because I can't stop talking about this, right? So everyone's weirded out by what's going on in the bond market. And my target for gold is 4,070. Because you know what, folks? Not only are you going to have gold at 4,000, but if gold goes to 4,000, ETH will go to 4,000. Write that down. Timestamp me. 7:38 Central Time, May 22nd. It's not going to stop. It's not. Okay. So the big, beautiful bill has passed. We're going to basically have Congress print $5 trillion. And I'm going to give you some good news. Ready? So far, the 10-year note is taking it in stride. Now, it hasn't passed the Senate yet. But right now, no one is freaking out too much. Now, if you want to see another reason to buy Bitcoin, let's talk about stonks. Here we go. Okay, this is S&P. Now, there is support here, so that's good. But how much upside is there in this again? This went all the way down, all the way back. Are we going to buy it? Is it going to make a massive new all-time high? It could. It could. But, I mean, how bullish would that be for Bitcoin? Can you imagine where the mining stocks were if S&P made a new high? But my point is, how are you going to make money in this market right now? Like, where is the money to be made right now? I think it was buying down here. That was where the money was made in equities. In the meantime, like, even if I haven't looked at this, but like Europe, like people want out of U.S. assets to such a degree that their German stocks are up only. It's up only. Because it's like, you know, they're going to get their industrial base back, I think. I really hope they do. Right? Any American should not wish something negative for anybody in Europe. I don't understand what their governments are doing, but, you know, I mean, my father's cousin landed at Normandy. We helped those people. They helped us by colonizing North America. Again, why is everybody negative? Do you make more money being negative? No. I mean, sometimes you do in crises. Are we in a crisis? Are we in a crisis in a layer one that everyone loved? Like when this trend started? Oh, there's a whole bunch of wrong TA here. Clear that out. All right. This was up only multiple times. Injective protocol. Let me ask you something. What happens if AI agents who are not tribal, they're not tribal, they don't care about one versus the other. What happens if AI agents go, okay, we want to run DeFi, we want to run something. I don't know what. We want to run something, and where are we going to run it on? But the agents don't care. Like, okay, what's the fastest? What works? You know, what has what has something where, I don't know, we can run our programs and not get front run. Called minor extractable value, I think. Like, what protocol are we going to use when we want to make a giraffe on a bicycle, or we want to make a program or an entity or a smart contract that goes out and gets you yield in DeFi without you having to move crypto around? You just go to the institution or the entity, drop the ETH in, and it just goes out and figures it out for you. You don't think that's going to happen? I mean, every day something new comes out. Today we have a giraffe on a bicycle. That's nice. Great. So what are we going to do when this hits crypto all at once? All at once. Like, it's like going to be like the DeepSeek moment for crypto. You're going to wake up. It's like, oh my God, this is happening. You want to talk about what's going to happen, right? Everyone's trading what happened 6 months ago. 6 months ago, I bought the top and got smoked. That's what everyone's trading now. I am trying to get you to trade what's going to happen 6 months from now. How about 2 months from now? They're going to get on stage at Bitcoin Vegas. They're going to open their mouth and ETH's going to go up 25%. Just because that's how crypto works. Everyone's going to figure out how bullish this is, and they're going to go running into anything that they can. Bitcoin. So 13 top. How long did that last? One day. Little stop fishing exercise, wash everyone out, get everyone talking about low 90s. Boom. Taking out the blow off top level. Wow. That's like the DeMarc premium zone. Like, holy cow. They mean business here. Of course they mean business. Of course they do. Like, there's all this negativity in the world. And for the first time in financial market history, there is a positive solution to a negative problem. So instead of having a 1929 crash, we can have a reverse crash or a banana zone. Okay. You get the idea. Do what you have to do to get involved in this. Even if all you do is put in your Starbucks money or your beer money. Michael Saylor says it perfectly. Please get involved. We will see you tomorrow.